Hey there you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is super exciting because I will be unboxing and I will be trying out the new Huda Beauty Naughty Nude palette. So basically my boyfriend got me the whole bundle. He got me, my boyfriend, my fiance, my almost husband. He would have been my husband in October, but sure. Okay, moving on. He got me this full bundle, which is the makeup bag, the palette, and 5 brushes. So if you're interested in seeing some swatches, how the palette performed, how I got this look, and a little bit more information about this whole kit, then just keep on watching. Okay, so let's talk about the palette. My fiance, he ordered it on Tuesday on the Huda Beauty website, and it came in today, and today is Friday. It took 3 days to arrive from Dubai. Very quick, very lovely. I wasn't expecting it to come in so quickly. You know, I kind of thought it might be, you know, it might take a week or so to, you know, arrive to Ireland, but it didn't, which is a nice surprise. So when you get the full package, you get this beautiful bag. It is a, it's kind of a faux leather, but it's smooth, and it has the Huda Beauty logo here, kind of embossed, you know, on the makeup bag. And it is this beautiful plummy chocolatey kind of color, which, you know, it looks so lovely. Kind of matches my shirt that I'm wearing right now, and I did do that on purpose. And it is good quality. It's quite large. The palette fits in, you know, nicely inside of it. Plus I think it's, you know, it would be great for traveling, to be honest. Okay, when you open this bag up, let's talk about the brushes first. I'm gonna make you wait a little bit to, you know, see how to talk about the palette. So we get 5 brushes in this set. The handles are transparent, but they have the same hue as the whole collection, so this kind of plummy chocolatey color. Usually Huda does double-ended brushes, but I'm actually quite happy that she didn't do it this time, because double-ended brushes are, maybe they're more efficient because, you know, you have 2 brushes on one handle, but they're very hard to store. So definitely double-ended brushes are not my favorite. Okay, let's talk about the first brush. This is the Naughty Sweeper brush. My one's a little bit dirty. You'll probably see in the close-up that it's still new, because I did all the close-ups before I actually used it. The brush is soft, and what I did is I used this for my transition shade. Although I don't think this shape is good for that, because it actually comes to a fairly pointy end, so I think it might be actually better just to actually precisely place some eyeshadow into the crease and then use the sides to blend it out. Nonetheless, it was okay to use, you know, as a crease brush. Next brush is the Naughty Blender, and this is a very interesting brush. I don't have anything like that in my collection because it is fluffy, but it comes to a point, so it is like the little sister of the Naughty Sweeper, because it is much smaller, so you can definitely do some more precise work in your crease or on the outer corner. And this one is especially handy for someone that has hooded eyes or deep set eyes like I do. I have hooded eyes, so, you know, it's kind of, those large brushes don't work for me. I need to have something more precise like this one, so I really like that one. And I'm not going to talk about the softness because they're all soft. They're good quality brushes. I'm just going to talk about how I used them and what I think they would be good to use for. Next one is the Naughty Shader brush. So basically it's a large shader brush. I would use it for like one shadow looks, so just applying a shimmer shade all over the eyelid and then using this to blend it out up into the crease. Or what I actually used it for today is to apply some shadow on my lower lash line, and it seems to work well. for that, you know. It is a standard handy shader brush. Don't mind if I do. The next one is the Naughty Contour, and this one is interesting again because it has a triangular shape. So basically what I think this guy is best for is you can use all three sides to apply different shades of shadows. Brain fart here. If you are, you know, working with several different colors, and you can use the tip to apply some shimmery shades like in the middle of the lid, or what I used this guy to apply the very shimmery shade in the middle of my lid, in my halo eye, and also to apply shadow on my lower lash line, and it worked well like that. Very interesting. Definitely will use it because I can see the benefit of having a brush like that in my collection. And the last brush I actually didn't use because I didn't really have a purpose for it in the look that I'm wearing today, and this is the Naughty Diffuser. So I would assume this would work well with very light transition shades, and say if you applied a little bit too much in one area and you just want to kind of you know, diffuse that color out, you would take this brush and lightly dust that away. Also I can see this one being used in my collection as an eyeshadow primer applicator, because I like these kind of brushes for that. But yeah, it isn't my favorite brush, I don't think, because I have some of those already in my collection and I don't necessarily use them that often. But I think if you have much more real estate on your eyes, you know, compared to mine, I think you would be this brush would be useful, because you can you know, apply some shadows into the crease and maybe apply some shimmer shades, you know, on your eyelid as well. This can be used for that. So yeah, interesting, but you know, I haven't used it, not my favorite. But overall, I think these brushes are a great addition to my collection. Would I recommend to get them separately? I don't think so, because they're quite expensive from what I can remember. So if you can, get the bundle, because you will get a makeup bag, you'll get these brushes, and you will get the palette for about 90 euros. So you know, it is a deal when you get the whole thing all together. As part of, you know, spending that much money on Huda's website, I got to choose a sample, and the sample that I chose is the mascara that she has. So it is the Legit Lashes mascara, and it's funny, the sample actually comes in a foil packet. So we have the volume side and we have the curl and length. I guess that's okay, because you know, you're just meant to sample the mascara and see if you like it, and if you do, buy the full size. But there was another sample that unfortunately was unavailable that I would prefer, and it was the Silk Balm. It wasn't available, so I think this one was the next best choice, which is actually very fortunate because I'm running low on my mascara, and I think this one will be next in rotation. And now, time to talk about the star of the show, which is the Naughty Nude palette. You'll be seeing swatches throughout the video while I'm talking, and also at the end you will see a quick tutorial on the look that I'm wearing right now. It will be a voiceover, so you know, I think you might enjoy it. But anyway, this is what the palette looks like, and you know, the shades are not the most innovative. I'm not talking about textures, I'm just talking about the colors. We've seen these colors, you know, it's a neutral, it's a dark chocolatey neutral palette. However, what Huda did here is that she created those shades with different textures, different finishes, different looks, which makes this palette very unique. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 standard mattes, which in no way, shape or form are standard, because they are very creamy, very blendable. They have little fallout, which is great because I did my face makeup before I did my eye makeup, and I have virtually no fallout, very little fallout, and they are super soft, very good quality mattes. Then if I read on the back, there is 5 high shine buttery metallics, and those metallics are Shameless, Please Me, Irresistible, Tantric, and Desire. Very lovely metallic shades, super reflective and very pigmented. Again, Huda didn't disappoint. Then we have 3 multi-reflective shimmer cream marbles, and these shades are Passion, Flower Power, and Provocative. There are 2 shades that I think are similar that could be considered dupes for each other. Probably depends how you swatch them. The shade Irresistible, which is a metallic, and the shade Provocative, which is a marble. So let me just show you this shade right here and this shade right here. They kind of look similar when you swatch them. Do you see that? There we go. They kind of look similar. So you kind of, one of them is a bit darker, I can see, but you basically get 2 of the same shades, which is not cool in my opinion. And I noticed that while I was trying to pick the colors for my eye look, but they are different finishes, so you know, you win some, you lose some. Anyway, moving on. And then we also have a 1 cream matte marble, and it is the shade Hard. This was so unexpected because at first when I was looking at this palette, I was like, that looks like a shimmer. But then I asked Martin, he was like, this shade looks matte, and it is in fact matte. It is a matte marble shade, which is very, very interesting, very, very innovative. And then lastly, we have 1 sheer pearly gloss hybrid, and it is the shade Slippery. So I was kind of, when Huda released this palette and she was talking about the shade Slippery, she said that those shades are all different in every palette that, you know, is created, and I was so hoping that I would get more of this pearly droplets rather than more of the gloss. And actually there is a fair bit of pearls and encapsulated within the gloss, which is great because that means I'm going to get more of a color payoff. It is very interesting. When you touch it, you can feel the texture of those pearls underneath your finger, and there's a very little, well, you can build it up, I guess. There you go, that's it swatched here. Very glossy, you know, shiny, little pigment but not too bad. Now I don't think I am the best candidate for this particular shade because I have hooded eyes and I have oily eyelids, so that means that this shade will most definitely crease on me. However, if you have a lot of real estate on your eyelid, I think you should definitely try this particular shade because it's so interesting. But yeah, overall this palette is really lovely. Like, oh my god, it looks so beautiful, and the different finishes, the different textures are quite unique. For example, the shade Passion, I have that on as the base halo kind of middle spotlight shade. Is so interesting. It is a duochrome. It is a purple with a blue reflect. Super, super beautiful. I don't have a shade like that in my collection. The rest of the shades I can dupe, but the finishes are so different and so unique that this is definitely a good addition to my collection. On the other side, I collect Huda big palettes, so I would have bought it anyways, no matter how it looked, you know, because like I just collect them. I find them so versatile. You can mix and match them. They just work very well, and this one is no different. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it. If you feel like you would use all of these shades, if you feel that the uniqueness of the textures and the finishes is something that draws you in, then definitely pick it up. However, if you have a large collection and you can dupe most of these shades, then you know, you might as well skip it. I personally would have bought it anyway. I love Huda eyeshadows. I love the formula. I love everything about this guy because it's so sultry. It is dark and, you know, naughty and just really, really nice. But yeah, it is time for the actual first impressions eyeshadow tutorial. So let's get on with it. I am taking the Naughty Sweeper brush from the set and the shade Hypnotic, and I am applying this in my transition area, and I am building that color up a little bit. Then going into the shade Untamed on my Naughty Blender brush, which you will see just now, and I will be applying this shade on my outer corner as well as my inner corner. I'll be building that up, you know, that color up to be quite intense actually, because I want it to pop out. At this point, I'm also joining the outer corner and the inner corner in the crease with that same shade. Then going back into the shade Hypnotic on the first brush that I used, and I am just blending out the edges. Now going into the shade Passion on my pinky, I'll be applying this shade in the middle of my lid as my spotlight shade. Then I am going back into the Untamed shade, and I am going to be blending out my outer corner and my inner corner as well as up into my crease, so that it all blends seamlessly. Going back into the first brush that I used with no additional product, I'm just blending out the edges. Then going into the shade Flower Power on my Naughty Contour eye brush, I am placing that shade specifically in the middle of my lid to add a little bit of light there. And then going into Hypnotic on my Naughty Shader brush, I'm applying that on my lower lash line, all across the lower lash line. Then going into the shade Provocative, I am again applying that all across my lower lash line to add just a little bit of shine. And then going into Untamed, and I am again putting that all across my lower lash line to add a little bit of depth. I am then going back into Flower Power, and I'm applying that in my inner corner as my inner corner highlight. To line my lower lash line, I'm using the Lord and Berry Antique Bronze Eye Pencil. Then for my wing, I'm using the Huda Beauty Lifeliner. And for my mascara, I'm using the Lash Alert Mascara. Okay, so that completes today's video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. But yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.